The first speakers are part of a Dutch startup called Fabricant. Please welcome to the stage to talk about dressing DIgi sapiens with Fabricant, Nirmala Shom and Isa Kevingen.
Hi. Good morning, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Thanks for turning out, all of you. Getting up early and being here. I'm Isa, and this is my colleague Nirmala. And yeah, we're here to talk about the Fabricant. We are a digital-only fashion house. So before I get into what that means, who here has interacted with digital fashion in some way, whether that's buying something, wearing something? Oh, cool. Very nice. And
can you tell us how? Like, was it an NFT or an AR filter, or curious? Yell it out. NFTs, okay.
NFT, cool. Awesome. Yeah, really exciting. That's basically what we do. So we are the Fabricant, and as I said, we're a digital-only fashion house. The motto is really always digital, never physical. And this is kind of applies to other aspects of our business as well. We don't really do any physical merch or anything either. We really believe in this digital space, and we believe in dressing people digitally. No need for physical fashion. And we really believe in wasting nothing but data and exploiting nothing but our imagination. And this is really kind of contradictory with the typical traditional fashion industry in which, there's tons of waste. It's not very sustainable at all. This is a huge issue with fast fashion, and it's very exploitative of people working in the factories, big brands ripping off really small designers. There's just lots of issues with the traditional fashion system, and we really believe that digital fashion is a great opportunity to turn all of this on its head and create a more equitable ecosystem. So we really believe fashion does not need to be physical to exist. And to this end, I'd actually like to invite you all to try on some digital fashion. If you scan the middle QR code, you'll get an AR filter that you can wear on Instagram. And the one on the right is for Snapchat by Ruby Gloom. And this is actually kind of like a full body outfit. But yeah. As you can see from trying these on, fashion doesn't need to be physical to exist, as we're spending more time in these virtual worlds, digital realities, social media spaces. You can wear completely digital fashion on your social media. You can dress your characters in games. You don't really need to interact with physical clothing in this capacity. So at the Fabricant, we're building an equitable community. We really believe in this future where anybody has the ability to be a creator, anyone can build their own fashion brand, and the ecosystem is accessible for all. So again, we're all creators, everyone can profit. It's a kid in Dakar has the same chance as being a fashion influence as someone based in London. So the traditional fashion industry is very hard to break into, very exclusive. If you're not based in a fashion capital or you're not very well connected, it's hard to stand this chance. So our model really turns this on its head, creates this equitable ecosystem, and creators get acknowledged for their work and also get continuously rewarded. So we have, I'd like to talk a bit about the Fabricant Studio platform, which is a place where anyone can co-create, own, wear, and trade digital fashion. So you kind of get to create your own wardrobe for the metaverse. And we really, so you can create your own digital fashion, trade with other people, creators get royalties down the line, and then of course you can wear these outfits right now in metaverses like Decentraland and the Sandbox, AR filters for some of them, but of course we'd like to expand this as well. So a little bit about the Fabricant's history. In 2018, two of our co-founders, Amber and Carrie, did a digital-only fashion show. 2019, this might be one that you've perhaps seen before. The world's first digital-only garment was sold on the blockchain for what was 50 ETH, which is about $9,500 at the time. But this was called Iridescence, and right here it's worn by an influencer called Joanna. In 2020, we started working with a little bit more designers and brands. We did this collaboration with Virgil Abloh and Off-White. And yeah, it's cool. You kind of see this like glass human, and you wander around a city, and they're wearing the digital pieces. 2021, there was the world's first digital-only Vogue magazine cover. So this is actually pretty cool. It was just a QR code, and if you scan it, you could basically wear this digital outfit. And we also launched the Studio platform, which I talked a bit about. And if you stick around until the end of the presentation, we have a little surprise linking to that too. And more recently, in 2022, just a few weeks ago actually, we completed our Series A with 14 million in funding, and we have a lot more exciting things to come.
One thing I just want to add, when we started too in 2018, that digital-only fashion show, people were kind of like, what is this? Why digital-only fashion? It's like the emperor's clothes. Like, it looks pretty, but okay, that's cool. And then as we've kind of transitioned, even when we minted that dress and sold it, it was like a cool story, but a lot of people were still unsure of what is the potential of digital-only fashion. Then the pandemic happened, and as Issa was saying, we kind of worked with Off-White and a whole bunch of brands because they really needed digital fashion to help with their production processes, but it kind of ended with the buyers. It didn't kind of make it to consumer-facing. And I think the biggest change we've seen now is with Web3 and NFTs and the adoption of it, we now were able to kind of take the skills of creating high-end digital visuals, combine that with NFTs, mint them, and really launch the studio. So it's in such a short period of time, we've gone from people kind of thinking we were crazy to now all the big brands and everyone kind of coming to really see the value of digital only as a revenue model, as utility, as, crucial for identity. So, yeah.
And a very new way to be creative. In the metaverse, there's no gravity. You don't need to adhere to kind of all these rules that bind us in the physical world. So you're free from all constraints, and you can let your creativity run wild. And it's a very, very powerful tool. You can kind of be anyone you want to be in the metaverse. And I think that's what's really interesting is how people express their identities. Mm-hmm. So this is a tweet from our CEO and founder, Carrie Murphy. By 2025, 100 million people will be wearing digital-only clothing, and that's me being conservative.
And I think actually going back to that, like, what do we mean by wearing digital-only clothing? So those AR filters that you just used are a form of wearing digital clothing. When you wear a profile picture, when you kind of are in a Zoom call and you have a snap lens filter, these are all forms of wearing digital. There's also the spectrum of being in like a metaverse space in VR and wearing virtual clothing there too. But wearing digital clothing doesn't need to, it exists on a very large spectrum from starting with AR. So all of you probably already are digital fashion wearers, whether you know it or not. So then we want to go into some of our projects just to kind of show what we were able to explore and really just get you hyped about digital fashion because it is really cool. So this, if you click play, Issa actually, or click the next one, yep. So this was a collab that we did with Ruby Gloom, so that filter that you heard, that we had up before. So Ruby Gloom is a digital influencer, and we designed this collection or this piece for her. And we dressed her in 3D, so this is a render that we created, but we also made this available as AR so people could take it and wear it. And I think in the next one, this is a really cool project, and sorry, you have to click again to play the videos. So this one, we actually partnered with Vogue and worked with one of our designer, Willem Staple, based in Amsterdam too, where you could, the Vogue, the first Vogue QR code, or first Vogue AR cover that you could wear. So the Vogue cover was literally an a QR filter, and as soon as you took a photo, it took you to this headpiece that we created that you could wear immediately off the cover. So that's a pretty amazing use case. On the cover of Vogue, you could wear what was on the cover immediately in your hand, share content with it. So yeah, and I think if you play again, this was the full piece that we actually rendered. So we designed the whole outfit and made the headpiece available in AR. Then this was another piece that we did in collaboration with the Zeus Museum. So the Zeus Museum are like a historic archival museum in the Netherlands that kind of look at Dutch history. And this jacket, what they wanted us to do was, this is a 17th century jacket. And we worked with a fabric designer that kind of actually went back and researched all these fabrics and how they were made. We remade that fabric digitally using like a similar technique that they had done back in the 17th century. And we designed this jacket as a 3D model and made it available in our co-creator. So another really interesting example of bringing back archival, like ancient pieces of clothing, ancient techniques, back to life and bringing them alive digitally so people can still interact with them, learn about it, and revisiting our history, which is something the Fabricant label is really excited about. So yeah, this was the Zeus Museum piece. Yep, okay, so this one, some of you might know these, and if you click again, sorry. This was a project we did with Star Atlas. So maybe some of you know what Star Atlas is, but they're like an epic game that is being built on Solana, where they have all like epic storyline, all these characters, all these kind of different guilds and things you can join and participate even before the game launches. So we partnered with them to create some clothing for characters or to be available in the game when the game launches. And here, like to what Issa was saying, right, we can make clothes that move, that have light, that have animation, that do different things, that can basically become programmable and interactive objects. So we really can dive into the utility of clothing beyond just what its physical experience is. What can it do in different spaces? Can it react? So there's a lot of potential here. And actually this was a drop that we did with Star Atlas, and it was, yeah, it generated a lot of cash for us and for Star Atlas. So yeah. Oh yeah, and if you click play 3 times on this. So this one is just really demonstrating people wearing digital fashion. So again, that's the Pablo Vittar. This is another AR filter we created, and another one. And you really being able to take them out into the streets and wear them and create content with them. So AR, and especially the news recently with Instagram, going to be supporting NFTs, and the fact that also we build on Flow, and Flow is one of the partners of Instagram kind of moving into NFTs. We're really excited about being able to kind of mint and take these NFTs into the AR space and connect that, and that's something we'll share a little bit later in the presentation too. Another example of an interesting crossing boundaries project. So we partnered with Australian Fashion Week and a designer that was presenting there to kind of create a piece, co-create a piece that was digital only, but at the fashion event, they kind of set up a photo booth so people could take photos when they went to Australian Fashion Week and then be digitally dressed in the clothing, so they would get sent the photo. And they also dressed a model for the cover of the magazine in Australia in that digital dress as well. So again, digital only, never physical, but we see that so many people are able to wear it and it can have a lot of reach. This is a really fun project we did. We recently participated in Decentraland Metaverse Fashion Week. So with our community, we released our season 1 collection where people could come and co-create individual items. We then did a promotion where the community could actually vote what was in the fashion show, and we produced all the items and people could wear them in the metaverse. We had this incredible fashion show event, and it was super fun. I don't know if anyone went, but it was kind of our first foray into how would we do something like this in Decentraland, or these different types of metaverses, and we learnt a lot. And the cool thing is that we worked with all of these people. These were all the creators. It's not just one designer, one brand. It's literally 20 people as well as a community. So it's this really co-created fashion show. It's not just a centralized entity creating fashion and trends. I'll let you take this one, Isa.
Awesome. Yeah, so we're building an NFT fashion platform, essentially, where you can create unique digital items. So in our studio platform, you can come in and some designers, typically from the community, but we also kind of work with other designers in the space to create garments and materials. And you, as someone with maybe no design experience, can come in and mix and match garments, materials, colors, and basically mint your own one-out-of-one unique digital fashion NFT that can then be worn in Decentraland or traded on the marketplace. And this is really a blockchain experience powered by Unreal Engine. It enables you to curate and organize digital fashion shows like the one you just saw in Decentraland, but also other kinds of fashion experiences in real-time 3D. And of course, you can wear it in the metaverse. We'll connect to AR wearables, like you may have just experienced a few minutes ago, trying on the Pablo Vittar headdress. And also in NFT games as well as social platforms. So, it's still very early days. We're currently not in every single metaverse, but the goal is to be the people who clothe everyone in the metaverse. So wherever you go, you can wear something that's digital and really express your own identity however you want to in the digital world.
So yeah, what's next? I think we want to go through this and then we want to open up to questions. But we have a lot of different things coming up. So the first thing that we want to talk about is our collaboration with Steffi Fung. She is an incredible 3D designer and recently dropped the Zodiac Wardrobe collection. This is one of the pieces, the tiger. We just finished our minting and co-creation, and we're about to start the community vote for the fashion show. So this is really cool, where the trends are actually determined by the community, not by us or any centralized entity. So we're really working to build a co-created fashion show. That will be in Decentraland, so that's coming up. The other exciting thing is our collaboration with World of Women. So I'm sure most of you know who World of Women are. They're an incredible project, one of the most successful female-led crypto NFT projects. We worked with them to actually imagine all the 27 looks from the original collection from shoulder to toe. These were all made as high-resolution 3D renders and models with textures and all the details you see. And we're going to make them available for you to come and customize with all these different materials and colors to mint your own item. And there will also be a special event at NFT NYC for all holders. And we're going to be working on IRL and VRL events, like another fashion show and things like that. So we've got we'll talk about this in a bit because we've got a little gift for you all. And the next one, so before you hit play, oh no, okay, hit play. No. Yeah. So this one is very special. This is our label. So the Fabricant is also a digital-only fashion house, and we have really been pioneering this space since 2018. The label is going to be launching their collection very soon, and what you're about to see is a preview of what we're displaying at Venice Biennale in 2 weeks. And this is going to be some accessories from our digital-only collection that will all be available to mint and be able to wear in AR. So this is what we're really trying to push for. How do we take the creation, how do we take it directly into utility, into AR? It'll be available as a snap lens, so you can even use it in your Zoom calls and all of that. So I'll let Issa play now. Cool. and that was actually all made in a combination of Clo 3D and Unreal. That's a metahuman. And we can really tweak and do all kinds of things. All those facial features are things we can customize. So it's really exciting. And then we have a gift for all of you for coming to our early morning presentation on the last day. For the World of Women drop that is coming up, the real goal with this is we want to try and bring more women and more people that are new to digital fashion into the metaverse. So instead of what's in your crypto wallet, what is in your crypto purse? And if you don't already have a crypto purse, this is your chance to set one up. So we're giving away this crypto purse that we designed, and it gives away a free mint in the World of Women drop. What you need to do is scan this code. You have to set up a BlockDown wallet. It's really easy to do though, you just need to put your email in. And enter the code SLAY all day, all caps, because that's what we do at the Fabricant. And yeah, you will and join our Discord, follow us on Twitter. We'll be confirming when we'll do you'll be able to claim. But the key thing is if you claim this float attendance token, that's what this QR is for, we'll get your wallet and then we'll be able to add you to that allow list to get you that free mint. So yeah, I don't know if maybe we'll leave it on here for 5 more seconds in case anyone else wants to scan.
It's very quick. You don't need to write down a seed phrase or anything. Just put in your emails.
So we build on Flow, and so BlockDown is the wallet that we use, but Dapper Wallet also connects with Flow, and you can also buy Flow on Binance and Kraken, but the wallet we use for the platform is BlockDown. Okay, and then I think last is just all the places you can come and find us and follow us and join our community. You know, we're really fun, we're growing, we do a lot of things, for our community, and follow us. And I think that's it. We have some time maybe for questions, maybe 1 or 2 questions. Yes.
I used to tell people that my favorite color was tie-dye because I couldn't decide. I love your shirt. Am I going to be able to make tie-dye t-shirts on your application?
Sorry, I couldn't really hear your question.
I need to talk closer to the mic. There we go. I was saying that I used to tell people my favorite color is tie-dye. And I love your shirt, and this is amazing. So can I make tie-dye t-shirts?
Yes, there will be ways that you can make tie-dye t-shirts. So basically the way that we work is we partner with all these different creators. So if you send us a tie-dye print, like something, we can turn it into a digital fabric and you can customize with it. So yes, that's going to be possible. Basically just sign up. We do call outs for material creators. We did that for World of Women. So all the material creators are from our community and their community. So we're really trying to decentralize this and make it accessible. So yeah, you can make tie-dye clothing one day.
Woo! That's awesome.
I think maybe we have 1 more question, then I think we have to wrap. No other questions?
Yes.
So obviously, I'm a big fan, Namala. In terms of like metaverse fashion designers, obviously fashion designers have been, they're very, they're very like highly rated. But in terms of like metaverse fashion designers, I mean, I guess this must be a whole new subsection of potential, and it must be opening so many doors to people from all over the world that may have been left out from, those kind of traditional high-end fashion cities. So like, do you have any kind of stories of metaverse fashion designers that have just come out of absolutely nowhere and have turned into, really popular and has changed their lives?
Yeah, actually, there's so many stories of that. And actually one recently was Steffi Fung. So maybe if we go back to the tiger outfit. So Steffi, who designed this, actually only started doing 3D and digital fashion just as the pandemic happened. And she started doing a Twitch stream about it and teaching herself and learning. She generated a bit of a following, and we kind of knew her just from being on each other's Twitch streams. We decided to collaborate with her for this collection. She created 10 or 12 looks. That was kind of the biggest collection she's ever done. We helped promote her work. We connected her to all the collaborators, helped her bring her stuff onto the platform. And from our mint that just happened, I think she would have made in excess of like 16K euro. And that's for doing something for 2 years on a mint. We feel like that's a huge success story, and we want to see that happen to more people like that who can just kind of jump in, because like you said, it's a very different tool set that you need, and even the way you think about creating for the metaverse and usability, there's a lot of details that are different to how you traditionally create. So yeah. Cool. All right. I think that's it, everyone then. Thank you for coming.